rusty rails. Rail fanning adventure. On July 26, 2023, we made a trip to the Cass Scenic Railroad and rode the Bald Knob Trip. Pulling/pushing the train that day was locomotive number 11, a Shay-type locomotive. Shay number 11 was built in 1923 and weighs 103 tons. Shay number 11 put on an awesome trip, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride up the mountain as I condensed a 4.5-hour trip into an hour and 13 minutes.
As our trip begins today, we're going to be traveling up the Greenbrier Division of the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, also known as the C&O, which once supplied Cass its main connection to the outside world. When we come to the water tower, we'll switch over to the old logging railroad of the West Virginia Pulp and Paper Company, now known as West Rock. And just up ahead on the right, the ruins at the end of the parking lot is what is left of the sawmill that was once in operation here at Cass. The first mill was built in 1901 and it burned in 1922. This is the second mill on the site. Logs are brought down off the mountain on the railroad, dumped into the mill pond, and sent to the mill where they were sawed and stored in the area that is now our parking lot. The mill sawed 95,000 board feet of timber. By 1910, the mill averaged 125,000 board feet of timber a day. entering the locomotive repair shop area. This is where all the maintenance and major repair work is done on our engines and passenger cars. These buildings are replacements for the original shops that were destroyed by fire in 1972. The shop has all the tools that our skilled mechanics need to keep our antique engines running. Up ahead on the right, we have shade number 5 and shade number 2. Today, right in front of shade number 11 was built in 1923. The Shay operated both as a logging locomotive and a common carrier. Till 1965, it served the Hutchinson Lumber Company and then the common carrier Feather River Railway as their number 3. The cars that you're riding in today were at one time logging flat cars. They were used by various logging operations here in the state of West Virginia to carry logs down off the mountains to the sawmills. And take pictures of the locomotive blowing the whistle at the back mountain crossing. Greater distance and elevation than the Mississippi River does, and all but 1,200 miles it flows. They say if you ever take a drink from it or get your feet wet, then you'll never want to leave the area. Well, folks, if you got someone along with you today that you'd rather not take back home with you, just give them a drink from the leather bar. And from this point on, you'll notice that the grade gets steeper. The engines here at cabs were designed just for this kind of grade. The engines needed to be light and flexible, but still powerful enough to haul heavy loads of logs off the mountain. The locomotive is driven by gears. Because of the gears, the wheels are mounted in swivel frames called trucks, which enable the locomotive to maneuver around sharp curves. The shades were designed for power, not speed. On level ground, the shade will reach a top speed of 10 to 11 miles be running an average speed of 6 miles per hour. It's probably a good idea for you to keep your head and under the roof of your own car to prevent cinders from coming back and getting in your eyes. However, if you do happen to get a cinder in your eye, whatever you do not rub your eye. You will scratch it. Just ask any one of the crew members, and we'll give you some eye wash. As we approach the upper switchback, we're going to be stopping here for a few moments to allow our engineer to oil and grease up the engine. Once our engineer has oiled and greased up the engine, then we'll continue our excursion going up the mountain. So far coming up the mountain today, we've been averaging about a 5% grade. As we leave the upper switchback and head up towards Bald Knob, we're going to be traveling up a 9% grade. This means that the track will be going up 9 feet for every 100 feet it travels forward. This is considered very steep for any railroad, but it's this type of job that a gear-logging locomotives were built for. Our engineer today is Noah, and our fireman is Stephen. The firemen will be working especially hard in this stretch, trying to keep steam up. More modern steam engines might have an automatic stoker that feeds the coal into the firebox. Some would like to do things the old-fashioned way. A coal-fired steam locomotive will consume about 3/4 of a ton to 4 tons of coal of this excursion to Bald Knob and back. Stephen will have to shovel all that coal by himself, one shovelful at a time. By the time we get off work this evening, he won't need to hit the gym for a workout. He'll go to Atkins for the day.
Sucks to have that job, huh?
That is our destination for today. Third mountain to the right. along with all that beautiful black smoke that'll be coming from the smokestack as Stephen is shoveling into the firebox. And at this overlook, you'll see both broadleaf trees and evergreen trees growing on the mountainside. The evergreen trees that grow up here is called red spruce. This northerly species is the reason the lumbermen first became interested in Sheep Mountain. The wood is light, soft, and close grained. This made it ideally suited to the types of paper-making processes that were used in the early 20th century. Red spruce can grow as high as 80 feet and as wide as 3 feet at the base. And from this point on, going up the mountain, there will be a couple of tree limbs and branches brushing up against the side of the cars. We ask that for your safety and for the safety of others that you do not attempt to reach out and pull any of them. Once you do, everybody thinks they can do it. By the time you do, it could come back and hit the person in the face right behind you. So again, for your safety and for the safety of others, please do not attempt to grab any tree limbs or branches that'll be brushing up against the side of the cars.
He doesn't know what they are, but he's not a flower guy. I asked him what the red flowers were. I don't know, I'm not a flower guy.
Whenever you're ready. I suspect we'll be going a little bit faster on the way down. Same here. Very careful.
questions or if you like more information on any of the places that I mentioned today, please feel free to stop by the information desk in the depot or visitor center.
Thanks for watching. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And ring the notification bell to be notified about my future uploads.